Hi guys, it's Mina, welcome back. I've been playing with my pretzel pour some more and I've come up with something that I think is really, really cool. I mentioned at the end of the last video about trying a different shape, and I was playing with it again this morning, and I did a couple of more of the infinity shape, and it was very cool in the beginning, and then it started to stretch a lot and it got weird. So then I decided to try a triangle, and it's pretty neat. So we're gonna play with that again today. I'm gonna show you my colors real quick. This is a 24 by 24 inch gallery wrapped canvas from artist Loft. You can get them at Michael's on sale. They are wonderful. Okay, colors I have. This one is Golden's VanDyke Brown. I have 2 cups of this. This one is slightly thinner because I might want to use it as a base coat. So that's the VanDyke Brown. I have here, let's see, Quinacridone Burnt Orange from Golden's. One of my favorite colors in the world. Absolutely lovely. She's been a little temperamental because I've kept everything on the thick side. So it was more when I say she was slithering off the stick instead of dripping off the stick. But I think we're going to be okay. The next color I'm using is Art Fire Opal. But when I've used it by itself, I haven't been super happy with it, so I've done things to it. In this cup, I have added a little bit of the Quinacridone Burnt Orange to the Fire Opal. And then in this cup, I have added a little bit of my 24 karat gold to the Fire Opal. So now I have a beautiful gradient there from the burnt orange, the Fire Opal with the burnt orange, the Fire Opal with the gold, and then white, and then I have my dark VanDyke Brown. So this is really pretty. It's going to be really neat. So I'm excited. Let's get started. Okay, the things I've figured out about this. Less paint. So even for a 24 by 24 canvas where I would normally use 20 ounces of paint, I'm only going to put like 10 ounces of paint in my cup. As I did it twice on a 14 by 14. The first time I had a base coat down and I used a 5-ounce Dixie cup and it was too much paint. Then the second time I did it, I used 2.5 ounces of paint in like half of a Dixie cup, and it was pretty much the right amount. So going by that, I'm only going to use about 10 ounces of paint total, but I am going to put down a base coat. So the question is, do I want to use a dark base coat or do I want to use a light base coat? Last time I did it, I had the white base coat. Maybe I'll go with the white first. And then I had another idea too, is remember I was talking last week about how when I've been pouring, if I don't like it, I'll pour again on top of it. And that second pour is usually a lot better. It's either better because the paint has been extra tilted off and so the entire canvas is covered evenly and there's a nice surface tension so everything can slide and glide. It's also better because after pouring the first one, I look at what I like and what I don't like, and I take out what I don't like, and I repeat what I do like. So the colors and the pattern are automatically better as well. And then I actually tend to learn from when I'm pouring. So if I do the first one and my hand is shaking on this part, I'll pay attention to that on the second pour and make sure I try to do it smoother. So for those reasons, I think the second pour is always better. Always better. So if I ever feel like I need to do that, I'm not going to stop myself because my instinct has always proven that correct. And those 3 reasons why the second pour is better, I'm going to go for it if I need to. But so in that vein, the thought I had was if I'm going to do a triangle, right? And then what if I turn the canvas 90 degrees and I do a triangle the other direction and spread it out and see what happens. So that's what we might do. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's see. Let's do the white as a base coat first because that's what I did last time and it looked really pretty, but it's a little thick. So I'm going to thin this white out a little bit. Now this is let's see, DecoArt Americana Decor Satin Enamels in warm white. Satin Enamels in warm white mixed with Artist's Loft pure flow acrylic white. Still thick, my goodness. Everything is thick today. Because it's still really cold, the flow trawl is kind of thick too. So this is the Artist Loft flow acrylic and the satin enamels in warm white. And then to that, I have added just a tiny bit, maybe like a teaspoon of my 24 karat gold. Because I like doing that. It warms up the paint color. Sometimes it gives it a little bit of sparkle. Okay, so we're gonna lay down this as a base coat. Spread this out real fast. Amazed how quickly I can move. It's always so funny to watch that. So there's our white base coat. Whew. All right, let's pour our cup. Now remember, 10 ounces. This is a 16-ounce Catamount Flameware glass cup. It's borosilicate or something like that. I love these. It's very easy to hold with my gloves. It's very easy to wash. You wash it right away so the paint doesn't get dry. But even if it does dry, you just grab one of those steel wool and the paint comes right off, which is awesome. I've tried other silicone cups. They're much more difficult to clean in my experience. So I like this baby. And I like the handle too. You can also search on Amazon for a beaker with a handle and you'll find a bunch of them. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to put a little bit of white in the bottom. And then I have two of these. The one with 2 sticks is the thinner one. So I'm going to use the thicker one with my VanDyke Brown. Remember I said 10 ounces. So 10 ounces is right there. Okay. Okay. Ooh. All right. Okay, VanDyke Brown. Now I'm going to go with the darker Fire Opal that has the burnt orange in it. We're going to put some burnt orange in. A little bit more. And we're going to go gold. Then we're going to go with the lighter Fire Opal. Okay, maybe a little bit more than 10 ounces. I heard you snort. Okay. Just because I want some more. I don't want burnt orange on there. I want just one layer of burnt orange. Shh! Hush, you! Comments from the peanut gallery. They're all yelling at me too. I can feel all of you yelling at me. Okay, that's enough. So so it's 16 ounces. But I don't have to use all of it. But I wanted more than one layer of burnt orange. Okay, this out of the way. Okay. All right. So, we're probably going to pour it again. Just understand that. I'm going to go for a triangle. Okay. What are you doing? Get back in there. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to stay low. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to do it deliberately and not haphazardly. With intention. Okay, that's cool. All right, so I have my cup. I'm going to put a little bit of my white in there and thin it out just a touch. Why do I do it in a separate cup? So that stays the same thick as the rest of my paints and I can continue to use it. And I've only thinned out the amount that I need. Okay, this is actually really cool. I like how this is working out. I like that there's a darker brown on here, and I like that there's all of these softer lines in this area. Okay, I'm gonna go around this with some white. Just to let it slide easy. Scoop those over. Don't want any accidents. Okay, here we go. Let's see. The first one I did when I was tilting it, at one point it almost looked like a ring pour. It was pretty trippy. So I like this so far. I am going to pour on top of it. But I'm really happy with how this has worked out because I can see what my colors are going to look like together against each other and what they're going to do. Like, I'm loving right here that there's a whole bunch of little cells popping up through that ribbon of VanDyke Brown. I like the way the burnt orange looks. The two fire opals are looking a little muddier than I would like, which means I shouldn't put them next to the white. See, it's a learning experience. It's a guide for you, actually. It's really helpful. But this is so pretty. So what I think I might do, because I actually really like this outer side with the darker colors. I'm not so crazy about this. I think I'm just going to pour maybe like a spiral in there and leave that part alone and maybe just pour over here. So let's do that. I'm going to use the same cup I was using. There's still actually some paint in there. There's all the colors. Okay, just going to put a little bit more of the burnt orange in. I'm going to kind of go in a gradient. I am putting those two fire opals next to each other again, but you'll see, because I think this is going to look really cool. That's actually about 10 ounces. Okay, I think I am going to do it in a ring pour, because I like the rings that it's happening around in there. You know, I don't have any white. I'm going to put some white on top. Okay. Just because the fire opal was on top, and if I pour the fire opal on top of that, it's all going to blend away. So I'm going to go about right here so we can stretch it out a bit. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. So I'm going back and forth like this to kind of activate the satin enamels in there, and let some of those cells that are coming up get a little bigger. Okay, that's cool. I like that. So that's I guess a pretzel pour base coat with a ring pour top. I love this color palette though. That burnt orange is an amazing color, and VanDyke Brown is incredible too. Just the depth that those two colors have is really, really, really something beautiful. And especially when you mix the burnt orange with gold, it's amazing. And the fire opal just sort of seemed to exactly fit into that color palette. So I really like this a lot. I really love all these colors. I think that ring pour turned out really pretty. There's a lot of depth in there. I'm just gonna take this glove off. So this part in here, there's a lot of the VanDyke Brown underneath and in between those layers. And you see there's that fire opal is on top, the gold is on top. Like right here, you can see where the fire opal is on top of those ribbons. And then you get that burnt orange in there, and all these cute cells are popping up. So this is really cool. I'm very happy with how this turned out. It didn't exactly stay a pretzel pour, but I guess it could technically be a pretzel pour in a circle. Whatever you want to call it, a ring pour, tree ring pour, I don't know, whatever. So, but it's really neat. I'm really enjoying the separation of the colors. This part is really cool over here. There's that crisp white color, and then you see these colors just starting in there. That's really neat. And this part is beautiful. These cells that are coming up are so cool. It's like the fire opal and the gold floating on top of the VanDyke Brown. And then in here you're getting the burnt orange mixed a tiny bit with the gold and a tiny bit with the VanDyke. And then there's these darker color. Oh, it's so pretty. That's like almost this like fiery brick color. Very cool. Nice crisp lines in here. I love this part. This part's really pretty too. I probably could just take this whole corner off, but I like this streak of brown. It's really neat. I'm kind of tempted to put a streak of brown through there, which I think I'm going to. Just in that part that's a bit muddy. Just a little bit. That's cool. Alright. So that's it for that one. I like it. I will show you when it's dry. Hopefully it won't take 2 weeks to dry. But I'll show you again at least in a few days so you can see what it looks like. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you soon. Okay, so this is about a week later. This is the Fire Opal Pretzel ring pour. I really like how this turned out. I think it's really beautiful. This whole color palette is just amazing. You can see in here there's that strip of VanDyke Brown that I was loving on with those amazing cells. They're so cool. So pretty. And you can see the different colors of the Fire Opal in there. The one that I mixed with the gold and the one that I mixed with the burnt orange. So pretty. And then we get up into the ring pour. So I'm not unhappy that I stopped with the triangle. I tried it, I did it. I actually have a small one that I showed you guys, a small video on Facebook, but I'll show you that one again right now. But I'm not unhappy that I switched to the ring pour because it's a beautiful shape and it's just mesmerizing to me. There's just a lot of depth and I kind of always want to fall in there. But I really like this painting a lot. I love this corner up here with the dark VanDyke again and those cells. You can see, I haven't varnished this one yet. This is the Liquitex Gloss Medium, and varnish is my pouring medium, and it gives beautiful luster. You can see that gold blinging in there. You can see all the metallics really popping. Very, very cool. Pretty cells in here too. Again, this part you can see where I mix the different colors, and you can see how they're floating on that. The background of VanDyke Brown is so pretty. And then we get into the center here with this gorgeous dark burnt orange. Just really beautiful. And I love this gold up here. So pretty. This shape right here, how that flows from all the way over here and then it goes up and then kind of comes down again. Very pretty. Very soothing. Relaxing. I really like this one. I might hang it in my bedroom. Oops. Anyways, so yeah, don't be afraid of the second pour. I'm very happy that I did it because here, I'll show you the little one. And it's cool and I like it, but I'm happy that I did the ring pour on the big one because I like it a lot more. So it was an interesting experiment. I did do another one where I did a heart shape. I might try that again. I think it works better if you start with a slightly bigger shape. Like the triangle that I did on this canvas, I tried it small and then I started to get bigger, and I think that was probably not the best thing to do. If you have a base coat, like if I had a dark brown base coat and then I had a bigger triangle and kind of went over it just a few times instead of a bunch of times, it would probably work a lot better. So we might play with that some more. I don't know. I might do the heart shape. Valentine's Day is coming after all, and one of you lovely viewers had suggested it. So we might give that a play. Anyways, I hope you guys like this one. I do a lot. I think it's really cool. Some of my favorite colors. Don't be afraid of the VanDyke Brown. Brown is an awesome, awesome color. It does beautiful things. It may not be the star of your piece, but it is definitely a supporting player. And it's an important one because what it does is it creates this depth. You see all that white popping? It's popping because of the darker colors in the background. And if they weren't there, it would be very bland. So, look how pretty that is. Wow. It's gorgeous. And of course, we had one friend come and visit. Hello, Zen. There's another friend. Hi, kitty kitty. How you doing, honey? Anyways, so the brown is really important. It does a lot. It creates a lot of depth, it creates a lot of shadows, you know, so don't be afraid of it. Don't think, oh, I don't want to use it. Even like right up here where I just added that one strip. See, it adds depth. It adds a lot of, you know, it's a background. It creates really good effects. So don't be afraid of your darker colors and the browns and the blacks, because they are important. Okay? Anyways, I hope you guys like this one. If you want to see more of my stuff, you can check out Mina Villegas Art on Facebook, or you can go look at my Etsy shop where we're going to do a Christmas sale. Maybe some 12 by 12s and 14 by 14s. So be sure to check that out, and I will give you guys notice before that happens. And let's see what else. There is a link in the description box for a PayPal if you guys would like to be a patron of the arts. I really appreciate it. Your donations mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, and really help to keep stocked up in paint and supplies and canvas and stuff like that. So let's see what else. The holidays are here. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Whatever you celebrate, I hope you have joy. Wait. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? You are being a silly cat. This is not how they are used to seeing you. You are a dignified kitty. And now you're dirty. Come here. What are you doing, silly boy? Anyway. Zen and I wish you a wonderful holiday season. A lot of love from our house to yours. I hope you have a happy, healthy, prosperous holiday with a lot of love and a lot of laughter. Thank you so much for watching and being part of our journey. And we'll see you guys real soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.